And women, dear Lord, that dedicate themselves to service above self. We pray for our community, dear God, today, and we pray that you will cleanse our land, dear Lord, of this scourge. Those that are sick, those that are mourning the loss of their loved ones, we lift them up in our prayers. Now, dear God, be with us today. Let the meditations of our heart and the words that we speak be acceptable unto thy sight. O Lord, our strength and our Redeemer. And we all said,
Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? What a great day it is to be a Rotarian here in the finest city in the Mid-South, the city by the lake, on the northeast side of Music City, USA, the city of Hendersonville, Tennessee. Well, I do hope you are all well rested and ready for the July 4th festivities. And what, Miss Fran Marcoux?
An opportunity to make a difference in somebody's life.
All right, opportunity to make a difference in somebody's life. To our honored guests, distinguished business welcome, for you are now in the presence of the finest Rotary Club
In the world.
Very good.
Hendersonville.
All right, with that, please join me in the following test of the things they do. First,
Is it fair?
second,
Is it fair to all concerned?
third,
Will it build
Goodwill and better friendships.
fourth.
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Boy, you know the ladies. All right, well, let's carry on.
All right. Good morning, everybody. We have a few announcements. First, we want to recognize a visiting Rotarian. William Stiles, where are you? And please introduce your guest.
So you guys probably don't know me very well. I was inducted on the Zoom call. Oh, yeah. A couple months ago, which Kim informed me was the only inductee on the Zoom call ever.
Hopefully the last. Hopefully the last.
Hopefully the last. So I feel honored and privileged to be here. For those of you who don't know me, I come from Hendersonville, North Carolina. I've been in Rotary about 10 years, even before I was in insurance services. So I'm very pleased and happy to be here finally in front of people, so that's great. So today I have with me Mr. Kirby Beverly, who comes from Cookville. He is also a country financial rep down there and is in Rotary at the noontime. So we're very pleased to be here.
Welcome, Kirby. We're always happy to have fellow Rotarians. We also have a few guests. Riz, we have your daughter. Please stand up and introduce her. And Delia, do you have a guest?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sarah.
And of course, both Sid and Sarah are members of our Interact Club, and we're proud to have them here today. I have some guests. I have my wife, Amy. Amy, stand.
You're on video.
And starting with the young lady with the multicolored hair, we have Haley Gentry Hopkins, Kendall Nolan, and Genevieve Corson. Genevieve, of course, is one of mine. So they're going to be our speakers today, but I wanted to introduce them. Eddie, would you please come forward? We have the officer of the quarter. Or, I think more appropriately, the first responder. Yes. Yes.
Well, one of our first meetings back together, we're going to honor one of our first responders, and today we're honoring an officer from our own Hendersonville Police Department. So Lieutenant Terry Smith will do the introductions. Lieutenant.
Thank you very much. I was going to try what they tried and said you could introduce himself. Apparently that didn't work. And I just want to say thank you very much for taking the opportunity or the time out of your day to recognize and honor the officers and the first responders in our community. They do a lot of work every day that goes unrecognized. If you can just take a couple of seconds like you are to recognize them, that's fantastic work. We appreciate that. I've worked with this young man for a period of time now that he's always amazed me when he's out working. He's a very proactive, very connected, very concerned individual about our community. During the quarter that we evaluate, he had over 350 calls for service that he was connected to. Those range from everything from civil disturbances to stolen vehicles. During that same time frame, because he's concerned about the motoring public, he had over 150 traffic stops that resulted in over 16 drug arrests. So we got some drug dealers. We got some narcotics and some drugs off the street, and we got some people hopefully into some kind of rehab program so they can, through the court system, so they can try to become more productive in the community. I just want to say thank you very much to Officer Brennen for being the excellent officer that he is. So we could come up here real quick.
I just want to say thanks for the introduction, and also have a 4-year-old son, Callie. But just thank you all for the support. We work with a lot of great officers at the police department, so this war could have gone to any number of us. And just for our proactivity, it's just a reflection of our leadership that we have. Like I said, we work with a lot of great people. There's just a lot of people that could have been recognized for this, and I do appreciate it. We do appreciate y'all's support. Thank you.
Well, Officer Bryant, thank you for your tireless service to the citizens and businesses of our city. And this Rotary Club, this city, unlike some cities, we honor and pay respect to our first responders. So in recognition on behalf of the President and the Board of Directors and the entire club, the Rotary Club of Hendersonville is very pleased to present you with this check, and I'm sure your son already has something that he would like to spend it on.
We've already done the picture, so thank you, Officer Bryant. And just remember what I look like. Right? A white and black car. Thank you. It is our pleasure to honor our first responders, and quite frankly, we enjoy having younger people here too. Thank you for bringing your son. We have a thank you note from who made a contribution to the Disabled Veterans, Chapter 95, and they wrote us a kind note saying thank you so much for your generous contribution to DAV Chapter 95. We didn't get to collect donations for April or May. This will surely come in handy, and sincerely, the treasurer of that organization. So yes, Rotary continues to support our community in very, very many ways. Next we have Kim and I. Kim, that's you. We had the opportunity to attend the district awards event and in Clarksville on Saturday night. And I think Kim knew, I didn't know, that we had Rotarians here in our club who were going to be honored at that event. So we actually have 2 awards that we're going to present on behalf of District Governor Bob Hoffman. This is the Rotary International District 6760 Humanitarian Service Award. And I would like, there were co-recipients, Barbara Brennen and Tim Lynch Sr., not Curly. Please come up so we can present you the Rotary Humanitarian Service Award for and Tim Lynch Sr. Just by way of explanation, this is for our Guatemalan mission project. Tim and Barbara both have been longtime members, and I would ask if you all would tell us about your experience, because this is a humanitarian project this club has been in for a long, long time. So Tim, I'm going to give it to you.
How many hours do I have?
You don't have that long.
1 minute. Thank you so much for this beautiful award. I wonder if the clock is to remind me to be on time for meetings. It's quite an honor to be part of our organization, our club, and to go to Guatemala. It's 10 or 11 years now that we've been going, and it's really exciting work. And we do a lot of great things. I teach at 3 of the universities there. Other psychologists do the trauma treatment that I do. And it's really such an exhausting but fulfilling time. And I would really encourage anyone who has any interest of kind of stepping outside your comfort zone. I think the COVID-19 has helped all of us to step outside of our comfort zone. So please come and join us. Thank you.
Well, we've been going to Guatemala for a number of years. Susan's gone with us, young Tim has gone with us, a number of you have, and we have provided probably close to $2 million worth of free services to the citizens of Guatemala. And people would say, why don't you do that in the U.S.? Well, we do, but part of Rotary International is how can we reach out to others? So we share that, and as the saying goes from one of the famous musicals, we've been changed. So we hope you would consider going with us. Brenda's gone too. So, we hope you would consider going. We're going to a different city this year. April 12th is when we leave. We're going to Tecpan, and it's up in the Andes Mountains, and it's going to be different. So we're excited. This year we got there on Sunday afternoon before we started clinic on Monday morning. The mayor of the town asked us not to come because of COVID, so we had to turn on a dime and find 2 other cities to visit. So we did that on the fly and still were able to provide about 800 services, about $250,000 worth of free services to people in Guatemala. So we'd love to have you join us. It's fun and we love it. For the second time, we were invited and went to the district meeting of Guatemala, which is the country of Belize, and all the countries around Guatemala make up their district. So this is a flag from the district meeting showing that we were there, and they were very honored to have us, and we were honored to participate. So we'd love to have you join us April 12th, the week of April 12th. So, Mr. President.
April 12th, Tim Lynch Jr. is here. Tim, because of his travel schedule, had to take a leave of absence because we're not going to let you go away, Tim. But Bill Taylor indicated that Tim was the point person. So those of you who have any questions, get in touch with Tim. The cool thing is that the accommodations, I understand, are very, very nice. The work is hard, but the evenings are really, really nice. We are hosted by Guatemalan Rotarians, and they really appreciate our service. So Tim Lynch Jr. or Barbara can answer any questions you have. I would encourage you to consider going. This is a project that is dear to our Rotary Club. And in fact, also at the meeting, the district governor's citation was given for best international service under the 5 avenues of service. This actually it went to both Rotary clubs, both the evening club and our club. So we can take pride in that joint project. And it was a wonderful evening, notwithstanding COVID. Well, we're at that point in our meeting where I guess I had my opportunity, but, you know, I chickened out. Don, where are you? Don for buddy check.
What are you talking about? You had your opportunity.
I could have fired you, Don, but I didn't.
You can still fire me, please. Okay. Well, guys, I want you to know we have a guest panhandler, Michelle Owens. She'll be our Vanna White today and collect the money. We are looking for someone. Oliver, who normally does this, is going to take leave from doing this job because he's now secretary, looking forward to sitting on the lap of Keith Denning. So, Oliver, let's start with you. Who's your buddy? Oh, I love it. See, the professional courtesy has gone away now that you're on that job. It's Bram Baker.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, okay.
I was about to say it.
It's kind of fun getting bucked with you.
He's away on leave.
Now, that you?
Delia.
Who's your buddy?
My partner, he said bye. I think 3 weeks ago, his doctor said that he can't be in public.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah, he said until everything goes better, I can't be in public.
Okay, and it was, they count for today too? Okay, just because you have somebody here that's close to you, I'm not going to give you that time. Thank you for knowing.
Right here, Dilly, I'm not sure you are going to Rotary Club today. It was 3 weeks ago, but I will not be there without much detail. I have advised by my doctors to not make any chances of an exposure to COVID-19.
Well done. We respect that. Okay, then Jerry Faulkner.
Sir.
Who's your buddy?
Rip Lead Catcher.
And where's Rip today?
Rip is with Pat.
Where's Pat?
No.
Yeah. I would get $1 out for that.
Okay.
You're probably mostly correct.
I am.
But not because you've been in contact with her.
Yes, I have, actually. I have a text, but it's been about, well, it was when we first started coming back. They said he couldn't come back. Okay.
Good. I'm going to call you every week then. Russ Edwards.
Here's your buddy, Dawn Lynn.
Where is Dr. Dawn?
I don't know. I texted her and have not heard back. She's a healthcare worker, so she may be. She's been working.
Russ, remember you're on video.
I know.
And she may just be ghosting you.
She was on vacation last week, but she's not this week. I have been in touch with her. Yes, of course.
But she has been working every Rotary meeting, so that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Did you get the enough conversation now?
Enough conversation.
Okay, Brian.
Yes.
Who's buddy?
Stephen Williams.
And?
He's with Rip and Pat.
That was such a lousy lie that you take $1 and you hit
No, we need to get $1 from, where's Andrew Felder? Oh, way back there. Andrew, who was the last one today? Last one? Yeah. You're darn right, bud. You need $1. Okay, with that, let's see who's got it.
Don, I'm happy.
Do it.
I'm really happy. You know, we have incredible, talented people in this club who do so many things.
Thank you.
I'll get another $1 out for you in a minute. But I want to recognize Key Bryant for me.
Yes.
Many of you already know that last week on June the 25th, she was recognized on a virtual meeting because they couldn't be together. But she was awarded the Athena Award for Leadership in Nashville. And that is one of the highest honors for women in this community. And so I wanted you to be aware of that if you weren't already. Key has been a valuable member of this club, but she does so many other things all throughout the region. And so if you didn't know it, I know she would appreciate your congratulations. So I just wanted to give a happy vote for what she does here in our club and all around. So thank you.
Good deal. Thank you.
It's coming next.
All the way down there. I just checked with Jim Harrison, see if he knew where his buddy is.
I do not, but my buddy was Jennifer Glenn, and she always faithfully texts me.
Except
I let myself on out in the car, so I have no idea.
Hey, Jim, she's watching the live feed, just so you know.
So she's here.
Okay, Brian. No, she's not here.
She is here. She's watching the live feed.
I'm sorry. That may count on Facebook, but since she can't hand me $1, we just play. Actually, you can Venmo me $1, Frank.
As I was reading the Rotary Gazette last week, I just want to say how thankful I am for Don Clausen, who is one talented photographer, because anybody who can take a picture like that and make Keith Denner look like he has a halo.
And we know that has to be doctored. John.
I've got a 10 here. On Monday, we had our Police Memorial Golf Tournament, which was an outstanding success. We had businesses across Hendersonville that participated, had almost a full field of golfers despite the COVID. In the past, we had originally lined this up to coincide with National Police Memorial Week, and we had to punt because of COVID, so we had it this past Monday. Great tournament, raised a little over $22,000 for the police department. We're establishing a memorial scholarship for children of police officers that want to pursue secondary education. And then we're also doing some things around the police department as they requested some of the money as well. So we're already planning for next year. It's going to be the Monday of the week of May 15th. Which will be National Police Memorial Week in 2021. So you'll hear more about that as we go.
Thank you, John. That's great.
I've got two happy dollars. One from my guest here. Very glad that he could be with me today. Number two was Country Financial did $1,500 to Sam's Ferry Pizza for first responders. And I just want to say it was a huge success. They sold out. And we're going to have to give him a little bit more money. So it's great. So it was just tremendous. And he just I got thank you cards from nurses. And I just want to say how grateful I am to the community for helping that small business, but also just giving love to first responders. So two happy dollars.
My wife and I have 3 little girls. I think I've maybe mentioned that before. And this last month, she told me that in October, we're going to have number 4.
Oh, my goodness. if you are on the committee to help raise funds for the First Responders Memorial Project, would you please stand up? Stand up. Barbara. Guys, this group of people that I had the pleasure to work with on this, when Eddie asked me if I would chair that portion of the committee, we have raised so much money you would not believe. We're not going to announce it today. We will announce it next week. But I just want to say thank you, because at this time in our country, with the unrest that's going on and the terrible, I guess blight is a good word, that is being committed against our first responders, this project could not have been more timely. And it was this man's brainchild right here, Eddie. And I just want to say, here's my happy buck, but I want to say thank you from me personally for what you did to help us do this.
Aww. You know, I don't call on you because I know you know, and I'm not going to get involved. So, but thank you for the happy part. Congratulations, Chris. Who else? Anybody? Going. Well, it's good to see the two Lynches today. Hey, Don, I guess in reality, I heard. See you. No, I was talking. I understand you're pointing something behind me.
Right.
All right? I was talking about the Lynches. Now, I didn't interrupt you, did I? No. Thanks for being here, y'all.
Y'all, that's his sense of humor.
I just want y'all to know I'm just happy as can be to be here this morning.
The diet is a tough diet, though.
Yes.
Brennen.
And I'm going to give $1 because I'm really happy to be here too.
All right, I'm through now.
Glowing. You look so relieved.
I wasn't going to interrupt.
No, go right ahead.
Michelle, we never interrupt Michelle. Brian, Silkwood, you had an announcement you wanted to make, and I apologize. My secretary didn't put it on my agenda.
Fire him.
I wanted to thank everybody for, especially Grant, for the $500 y'all gave towards the Broken Field project I'm building. So, I'm not sure how much you all actually know of what's been going on, but over by Durham Farms, there's some land over there. It's about 15 acres that our folks will be able to get access to that the city has graciously allowed us to develop. We are now officially pretty much done with funding phase 1, which includes a parking lot that but we'll have about roughly 100 cars in it, 2 full-size fields. Road fields are roughly about 30 feet wide all the way around the football field, irrigation system, electric, and a well. So we are right now, our organization has raised just over $300,000 to implement and put in that first phase. And we're now in phase 2 trying to get our bathrooms, concession stand area. But do know that this project that I've been working on for the past couple of years, it is a city park. So there will be more than rugby out there once we get done with the rains. We will obviously be a top priority out there, but we will not be the only sport allowed out there. So, I do thank you all so much for your support. And Barbara's been out. She helped come out and help us spread sprigs one day, which is a super involved heavy lifting project. Daniel Becker came out and helped me out today. So I do want to thank everybody here, but do know there's a lot going on behind the scenes that's going over there in farms that we're hoping to get this whole thing project done by the end of the year. So thank you so much.
And I understand the plastic surgeons in town made a huge donation.
They did, that's coming. That they did.
Okay, remember, I'm having, the transition is very difficult. We were supposed to have new buddies today, but somebody forgot. So next week, we will have new buddies, correct, Oliver?
Yes.
So be sure to check when you come in, don't just assume that you have the same buddy, because you won't. In fact, Kim has a complicated algorithm he uses to change the buddies, and it starts with the alphabet. Also, before I introduce our program, July 11th, that's a Saturday. Nobody here has anything else they need to do. At 7 o'clock, we're going to gather in the parking lot, and we're going to march down Gallatin Road. We will be single file, we will be socially distanced, and we'll be on both sides of the road. And if you happen to see a cup or a fender, you're going to pick it up, and you're going to, believe it or not, we find fenders. You can, if you need golf balls, I can tell you where to get them. So anyway, that's July 11th. That's a Saturday at 7 o'clock. Please join us. This is our first service opportunity of this year, and it's always a good one. People will honk at you, they wave at you, they give you all kinds of signs. With that, you know, this club has been, thanks to Kim, we have been, the beneficiaries of that was my stepdaughter, Genevieve Corson. She is the beautiful young lady who's now has come up and is going to tell us about her youth exchange experience. I am proud to have Genevieve Corson as my stepdaughter. She is a student at Ball State University, where she just recently was asked to be a member of the Honors English program. So with that, Genevieve, it's all yours.
Bonjour à tous, je m'appelle Geneviève, and today I will finally be telling you guys about my year-long experience in Belgium. I was supposed to do this last year actually, but unfortunately I had strep throat the morning of. I got very sick, so I had to leave. So I'm very, very excited. I'm very anxious to present this to you guys, and I hope everything goes well. I hope you guys enjoy it. I left 2018 in August of 2018, August 15th, and I actually got back July 6th of last year, so it's been just about a year since I've been back. So this is where I live, Belgium. It's actually not part of Germany. A lot of people before I left, they would say, well, where in Germany is that? It's not. It's its own country. It borders France, Luxembourg, Germany, and the Netherlands. So it's about the size of Maryland. It was really easy for me to travel everywhere I wanted to because of its small size, and I love doing that. And also, before I begin, I really just wanted to give everyone here the biggest thank you from the bottom of my heart. My exchange meant so much to me. It was the most amazing and incredible experience of my life, and something I will never forget. I made friends that I know will last a lifetime. I have global connections. I traveled everywhere, memories that I know will last a lifetime, and I'm so beyond grateful to you all for giving me this opportunity, for letting me have this experience, and I'm so grateful that I get to share it with you all and with everybody here. So with that, this is where I live. This is a map of Belgium. And in Belgium, they have three national languages and 3 separate areas of their country. So I live in Rotary, which is the French area. So obviously I learned French. I live right next to Namur, about 20 minutes away. I would take the train there all the time. And then the major city, of course, is Brussels. And then they have the Dutch part, Flandre. I don't know how to say it in Dutch, personally, but I know how to say it in French, Flanders, in English. And then they have a little sliver where they speak German, and I don't remember what it's called. But this is my first day when I arrived. My host family was there with this adorable little poster to greet me, and it was an interesting experience because the first thing they did was kiss me. And I was not ready for that. I knew that was a custom, but it definitely caught me off guard. They're called a bisou, and you just tap your cheek with somebody else's, which was new to me. We don't do that here. So that was the first thing I experienced. And right after they picked me up from the airport, although I had not slept at all, it was about 7 in the morning. I was exhausted. They spent about 5 hours giving me a full tour of Brussels the entire morning. Walked me all around, drove me all around, took me to the Antonio took me to the mannequin piece, which is one of the most famous statues in Belgium, and let me tell you, it's a little bit of a letdown. It's very small, and it's just a statue of this little tiny boy peeing, but it's their most famous statue. So. This is the Grand Place. It's actually a big square of buildings. They have lots of restaurants, they have lots of bars, they have lots of museums in that area, and it's kind of the central hub of Brussels. You'll see, when you walk through the Grand Place, you'll hear French, Dutch, English, Spanish, German, all sorts of languages, because Brussels is the hub of Europe. So you will definitely be shocked. You'll hear everything when you're there, which is awesome for me as well. This is where I lived. It's Anden, Belgium. Like I said, it's about 20 minutes out of Namur, and it's about an hour and a half away from Brussels. So I would take the train to Brussels all the time. I would travel there by myself. I would travel there with friends. I would travel there with family. I didn't really travel there by myself at first, since French was difficult for me at first. But this is my school, or not my school, I'm sorry, this is the church that was right across the street from my school. And I loved going to school every morning and hearing the church bells. It was just the most beautiful thing to wake up to and to, kind of start my day. This is the river that bordered our city. It's called the Namur. And it went all through Belgium. It was a very famous river. And then this is kind of a sky view of my city. And I took that picture one day when I went on a hike up one of Onden's many hills. And it was one of my favorite moments, since I got to do something like that I loved on my own, and got to see my city from a view that I'd never seen it from before. So, this is my school, actually. It's called Saint-Beige d'Anden. It's a Catholic school, although it's not a practice Catholic school. I took 2 English classes because they loved me in the English classes. I could help the teachers do whatever they wanted. And then I also took religion, I took science, I took French, which was horrible. And they asked me to take Dutch, but I said no, absolutely not. And they asked me to take math, and I refused. I did not want to do that. But my professors were all very nice to me, especially at first. They were very excited to have me there. Most of them tried to speak English with me at first, which was a little more difficult for me than it was for them. I had no idea what they were saying. The accent is like a 10. It is very, very hard for me to comprehend. I can't understand. So, but that was fun to get used to, and they would always, the students loved to practice their English with me, and they would always, teach me random words in French. They would walk me around the school, around the city, and I would ask them, how do you say this in French? How do you say floor in French? How do you say ceiling? How do you say chairs? Over and over and over again, until I kind of finally got the words. And that's just how I started to learn. These are my families. I had 3 host families, and I was so very lucky. They were all wonderful. And I just need to tell you guys, if you have the opportunity to host an exchange student, do it. It is such a gratifying experience. I would never ever be where I am right now without all these 3 people, these 3 families, helping me and guiding me and teaching me everything that I needed to know. They're so kind, and they all took me on amazing adventures, and they all practiced with me, and they all, explored with me, and they just loved me, and I had such a great experience. So please, if you want to host, if you have the opportunity, you really need to step up and do it, because I am so grateful. I still talk to all of my families, still talk to all of my siblings, call them, FaceTime them, message them in French, practice my French with them, since nobody in America speaks French, or nobody in Tennessee, I should say, that I've met really speaks French. But yeah, I love being with all of them, so I just miss them so much. It's just bizarre that I haven't seen them in so long. So this is my first host family. Yes. The Boré family. And I had 3 host sisters, Clémence, who is right there, Eleanor, and Louison. And Clémence actually went to America on exchange just a couple weeks after I got there. So I only got to meet her for a little bit, but she was so sweet, and her English was very good. She lived in Washington, near Mount Olympus, for the year while I was staying at her house. and they took me to this amusement park. This is a horrible picture, but I love it. It just shows kind of the relationship we had. We loved having fun together, we loved laughing together, and just they loved to take me places where they knew I would enjoy it. They always asked me what I wanted to do, and before I left, actually, I wrote down in my notebook, in my journal, the places that I wanted to see while I was there, the cities I wanted to visit, and I showed them, and they're like, we can do this, we can do this. So they took me to, they took me all around Brussels. This is the first day I was there when they took me. These are just some more pictures. This is my host mom and dad, Marc and Caroline, and that is what their house looks like. And their house was my favorite. It's absolutely gorgeous. It was very colorful. It's an old farmhouse at the top of a hill. I had the most beautiful view of my city from there. My room was just this little thing and a ledge that I could sit on my window and read books if I wanted to and practice my French and stuff. So they took me to Paris. I got to see the Notre Dame before it burned down, sadly. I went all the way to the top of the Eiffel Tower with a hurt knee, which was horrible, but I was still so glad that I got to do it. And all over Paris, they took me to the Louvre. They took me to some of the most famous chapels and streets and everything in Paris, which was an amazing experience. They took me to Bruges, which I'm not sure if any of you have heard of that, but it's one of the most famous cities in Belgium. It's beautiful. If you ever go to Belgium, go to Bruges. It's a Dutch city, and they have lots of famous things. This is the Rond Place, and then this actually is a picture of one of their most famous portraits. In Bruges, when you're on the boat ride, they show you this. They always point it out. I went on the boat ride like 3 times. I love going to Bruges. I love going on the boat. But they would point that out every single time because it's just a picture of a man and woman and somebody, I don't know, they loved it. This is cool. And we got to travel there as well. It's also where an amusement park was. This is my second host family, the Etienne family. I was very, very close to this family. They're my favorites. We had a great time together. We went to London. I don't think I'm going to say, but you can keep going. These are just the adventures that they took me on. They took me to Germany. Sorry. They took me to London. They took me all over Belgium. Sorry.
I'm glad it's them having technical difficulties and not me.
We'll go back one. Because this is I had 3 families. My third one also took me on all sorts of adventures. I got to go to a Duke's Castle, which was amazing. It was beautiful. This is them, my host sister. I just had my host sister and my host mother, and they took me all over the place. They didn't speak any English, so my French was amazing at this point. I was fluent. I could talk to them. Whenever we would have lost in translation moments, it was amazing. It was hilarious. This is the Duke's Castle that they took me to. They took me to meet Adolf Sachs. Really cool. And then these are just my friends, and these are the global connections I have. These are the people that really help me experience the world. They're from all over the world. My 2 closest friends are from Canada and Mexico, so we're trying to plan a trip where we can actually see each other again. I have friends in Brazil. I have friends all over Europe, in China, in Japan, in Taiwan, in India, just all over the place. And it's so amazing to have those connections, because if I wanted to travel somewhere, I could go and I could stay with them, and it would just be so amazing to be there and to see them again. Okay. Once again, thank you all so much for this. It was the most amazing experience of my life, and I'm so grateful for it, and I really appreciate everything you all have done for me. Thank you.
So, Haley Gentry Hawkins just got back from Japan, and she is going to come tell us about her experience. Haley graduated, like Genevieve, from Hendersonville High School, and we'll let Haley tell us about Japan. You all may remember our exchange student Yoshi, who we hosted. So Haley Gentry Hawkins.
So basically, good morning everyone. My name is Haley. It's really nice to meet you all again, almost a year later. So my exchange, I went to Kanazawa, Japan, and I was actually really close to Yoshi, so we got to see each other quite often, which was very nice. He became one of my best friends there. So this is my city. This is Kanazawa, Ishikawa. My prefecture and my city specifically was the capital of my prefecture. It was also famous for gold, so we had like the most famous area, most produced gold in all of Japan. We had these desserts of ice cream where you could eat gold leaf on it. It was one of my favorite things to get there. It was very yummy. Gold doesn't really taste like anything, in case any of y'all were wondering. You can go to the next one. So this is just more pictures of my city. This is a very famous fish marketplace that we have called Omito Market. It's probably the third most famous in all of Japan. It has really good quality fish. I loved eating there. It was so good. Oh, so good. That's all I can say. Can you go back real quick? Sorry. So this picture of this garden right here is Kenro Glen, and it's the third most famous garden in all of Japan. I went there all the time for events with my friends. They would have jazz festivals, music festivals there all the time in the summer, and I went often because it was, first of all, gorgeous and just a good local spot in our city for people to hang out. This is also a famous shrine that we have in our city. Shrines are very popular in Japan. People go to them all the time, even if they're not religious, just to sightsee and everything because they're absolutely gorgeous there. You can go to the next slide. So this is my host family. I absolutely love them, and I really, really miss them. I sadly only had one, but I'm also very grateful for the one that I had because, they were absolutely amazing. And like Jimmy was saying earlier, if you ever get the chance to host an exchange student, please do it because it's the most rewarding thing I think I've ever had in my entire life. It's just someone to take me in when I'm scared in a country I have no idea what's going on, don't understand the language. It was just absolutely amazing. So right here with me is my host mom. Her name is Noriko Makigawa, and she's the kindest lady I've probably ever met. She basically became my second mom in Japan and helped me out through some really hard times. While I was living in Japan, I actually had to get surgery over there, so got the full hospital treatment, which was very scary. But they took amazing care of me. I'm okay, I'm not dead, so I had to get my appendix taken out, so it wasn't nothing too serious. And Japan has one of the best healthcare systems in the entire world, so I was in very, very good hands. So this gentleman right here is Nobuko, my host dad, and then the little boy next to him is Takotoshi. He is 14. He is obviously very silly by his glasses that we have there together. You can go to the next slide. And this is just more photos of us. They took, we did everything together, watched movies, went out to dinner, always were together doing things, and I really appreciated it because it was just so amazing. I know I'm saying so amazing, and I'm sorry, but it was just the best experience I've ever had, and they really, really made me feel like I was a part of their family. And actually, when I left, they gave me a family heirloom and said, you will always be a part of our family no matter what. If you ever absolutely need anything, you let us know. And it meant so much to me because they were basically just the best. I'm sorry, but the best. You can go to the next slide. So this is my school. I went to Hokuriku Gakuin, which is a mouthful to say. I went to a Christian private academy, but in Japan, people wear uniforms, whether it's public or private school. I think there are maybe 5 schools in Japan that actually don't have uniforms, and they're in Tokyo, because Tokyo is more westernized, I would definitely say. This is my homeroom teacher, Jun Sensei. He had amazing English and actually helped me out a whole lot when I first got there, because Japanese is a really hard language. I really had a hard time grasping it at the beginning. And these are some of my best friends. We did everything together. We had a school festival in Japan, friends. So they basically raise money and do these little dancing routines. You can go to the next slide. And these are all the different classrooms who had different games and stuff that we did. So this was my classroom over here. We sold frozen pineapple and strawberries. This was my friend's classroom. They had a game that you could play, and then this was also a photo booth from one of my other friends. So basically, when you go to a school festival in Japan, you pay like 100 or 300 yen, which is about the equivalent of $1 or $3. And you would, get to play the game, get to buy the food, take a photo, and this helps raise money for the school so they can get things that they need, get cleaning supplies, computers, things like that for the school. And they do it once every year, and ours was called the Mission Festival because our school was nicknamed Mission because it's a Christian school, they went on missions, things like that. And these ladies up here, the two ladies that are standing next to me is Kitamura and Fisher Sensei. Fisher Sensei was actually from America. She lived in Oregon, and she helped me out a lot at the beginning of my exchange with translation, helping understand Japanese, gave me a lot of tips, and I'm very grateful for her as well. Next slide. Alrighty, so this is Kanazawa Minata Rotary Club, and this is my Rotary Club. We were really, really close. I absolutely loved my Rotary Club in Japan. They actually gave me what I'm wearing today, which was kind of expensive, but I'm very grateful for it because it's absolutely gorgeous. This is a yukata, you wear it in the summertime. So this was from one of our trips that we went to. We took a 4-day-long trip around northern Japan to an onsen, and an onsen is hot springs that you go to, and you kind of get naked in front of everyone in your club, so it's kind of awkward, but it was really nice, and you just gotta go for it, be a part of the experience. So this is also, more photos.
You didn't hear that, did you?
This was my president right here. He was super kind. This was the first speech I ever gave. I was so nervous. Speaking in English was hard enough for me, so speaking in Japanese in front of a bunch of people who were fluent in it was nerve-wracking. But I did it, and I got a round of applause, so I think I did good. You can go to the next slide. So these are some of my closest friends. A lot of them were Japanese, but my absolute bestest friend is this gentleman right here. His name is Jovian. He's from Australia, and he is crazy, but he is so much fun. This is some of my friends from school. This is Anno. She is absolutely like the sweetest little girl you'll meet. She's so kind and so pretty. Absolutely love my friends. Go to the next one. This is also some travels that I did as well. This photo right here is from, actually these two photos right here, is from when my host family took me to Kyoto, and we went to visited shrines and did amazing fun stuff there. I actually got to go there twice, which was really cool because most people only get to go there once, so I was very excited to go back again. This is me over here drinking water from one of the most famous shrines in Japan. It's in Kyoto, and this water comes down from a mountain. You have to take a long metal rod out there to get the water, and when you go to a shrine, you're supposed to wash off your hands, drink the water, and then you go to continue to the shrine. So that was one of the most famous ones in Japan I got to go to. It was really cool. I very much enjoyed it. This is my best friend right here. Her name is Aoi. She's my best Japanese friend. We did almost everything together. We were together all the time at school. She helped me so much with everything. We would talk to each other. She actually had amazing English, so she would talk to me in English, and I would talk to her in Japanese, so we could help each other out with the languages while we were practicing. This is also one of my friends, Ryan. She went to the same school as me, and she's from New York City, and she's absolutely a sweetheart. This is, I got to do what is called Japanese Kyudo, which is Japanese archery, for those of you who don't know. And our school paid for us to do it, and it was absolutely amazing. I'm so grateful to do it because that was one of the things I had wanted to do my entire life in Japan, and I got to do it, and it was amazing. This is one of our Rotary meetings up here, and these are what I'm sure you guys have heard of, geishas, and they did a musical performance for us, and it was, oh my gosh, probably one of the best musical performances I've ever heard. It's so unique and just amazing all around. This is me when I was leaving the airport with my best friend Aoi. She came to say goodbye to me. I actually had to leave early due to COVID, sadly, but I'm very, very grateful for the time that I had there and all the experiences I've got to have. So I left August 16th and returned at the beginning of April. And yeah, you go to the slide. And this is just more of my friends. With my school, I actually got to go to Taipei, Taiwan back in December. And we visited our sister school there and got to go to the capital. Obviously, we did a bunch of sightseeing, went to some famous shrines and temples and things like that there. I was freaking out because when I went to Taiwan, I couldn't speak Chinese. They didn't speak English there really, so I knew Japanese, but I didn't know English. I yes, I knew English. I didn't know Chinese, so I had a hard time understanding everything because someone had to translate it to me in Japanese. Okay, you can go to the next slide. I'm sorry, keep this is just more photos from my Kyoto trip with my host family. That one up there is with my school in Taiwan. This is the Golden Temple, Kananake, and it's a very, very famous temple in Japan. It's made completely out of gold. Go to the next one. This is more of my Taiwan trip, and this is, we did lanterns with it. This is, again, my best friend Ollie. We're being silly because we're very silly. And then this is another picture from a Rotary event. Go on. Yoshi! We love Yoshi. Okay, so me and Yoshi lived about an hour apart in Japan. We got to hang out quite often. His family, this is his little sister right here, and this is his mom, and this is that. And they were absolutely amazing. They helped me out so much on exchange because me and Yoshi have been really good friends here. So when I went over there, they treated me with just the same hospitality, and they were so sweet. I absolutely love them, and I miss them a lot too. Okay, this is the most important slide, and it's food, because food in Japan was absolutely amazing. And yeah, these are just some of the best dishes that I've had that my host mom made, that I just went to. Like, also square watermelon. I don't know if y'all have ever seen a square watermelon, but it was really cool when I saw it. I was like, whoa. Okay, sorry I'm talking a lot, I'm very nervous, but anyway, so you can go one more slide. Yep, and this is just the last bit of food. Christmas cake. Okay, thank you so much for everything, guys.
Thank you, Haley and Genevieve. And by the way, the computer operator, Kendall Nolan, was also our exchange student. She went to Brazil last year. So obviously because of COVID, we did not do exchange this year. Matter of fact, Bob's granddaughter was going to be an exchange student. But we will be doing exchange. If you know anybody who is interested, who may have a thought, get in touch with me, get in touch with Kim, get in touch with, I'm happy to put you all in touch with one of the girls so they can explain it, and it's a wonderful experience. Bob?
Sorry, Bob.
Bob.
Kim quoted Rabindranath Tagore last week, and I thought it was worth repeating. I slept and dreamt that life was joy. I awoke and saw that life was service. I acted, and behold, service was joy.